Okay, today we have a surprise for you guys. This came in from a subscriber for a complete setup, cleanup, some TLC. I've already seen the guitar, so it's not a surprise for me, but I think you guys are going to be pretty surprised when you see this. This is pretty cool. Anyway, here we go. Look at that. Now, I've never seen this graphic on a Warlock before. I don't know if this is a special run or if this was a custom airbrush or decal. It's not a decal because it's under the gloss, so I mean, I guess it could be a decal under the gloss, but it looks like airbrushing to me. Anyway, if this was a special run, you know about it, let me know. They said this was in storage for a while, so it needs some love, and I could see that the fret wires are all tarnished and the strings are rusted. So we're going to get this on the bench and get her playing good and cleaned up. So we will see you in a second. Okay, so I'm going to give you a once over here in the LED light on the bench so you could see the color of the nickel frets has turned to like a green color over time. So we're going to get this polished up, set up, cleaned up, and then as far as the screws go, I don't know if we're going to be able to get all the rust off, but might be able to clean them up a little bit. Might have to replace them at some point. Yeah, they're pretty rusted. So now we're going to turn the camera around, get it on the guitar, and then we'll take the strings off and we'll go to work. Okay, so first things first, we're going to get these strings off here. I'm just going to loosen them and just cut them because they're completely shot. It's a pretty cool guitar. It brings back some memories. Being a kid in the music store, BC Rich was in its height. I mean, I know they go back further than that, but then, you know, the 80s was where these things were like the hotness. I've never seen one with this stuff on it, but the crackle finish ones and all that, that was cool stuff. I always really liked that. Okay, so I'm going to start working on the frets here, and I use a bunch of different stuff. So my real go-to was the fret eraser from StewMac. I'm not sponsored by them, it's just is what it is. And then this stuff, I love this stuff, this Gorgamite. I've been using it for years, and I think they got bought out, and I don't think you can get this stuff anymore, which sucks, because it really works good. Now there's an alternative that D'Addario makes. This stuff, it looks like dryer sheets. Doesn't even feel like there's a chemical on it. I don't know, we're going to see how that works. We're going to put it to the test. And then I also use Never Dull. This stuff smells, and it's like, you know, like a wool kind of stuff, and you pull it out, and that really works good. Just there's a residue you're gonna have to clean up afterwards, so it's kind of hit and miss here. So I'm gonna try a bunch of different things and see how this goes. Let's see if I can get this camera onto the fretboard so you can see it a little bit better, and then we'll go from there. So we'll try a couple different things. So first things first, I'm going to try the fret eraser on this fret here, and let me get my fret guard, and we'll see how this goes. Not bad. Took some of the surface stuff off. Now I already have a piece of that D'Addario stuff cut that I used yesterday on another job, so let's see how this works. And then I got a piece of Gorgamite here, which I think does a way better job. I think you'll see that it's going to do a better job right out of the gate. Yeah, there's no way that this stuff is better than this. I mean, I could feel it. I could feel it takes off the rest of the grime. It's a shame that I can't get this anymore. I don't know why. Well, Probably because they're out of business, I guess, or I don't know. Anyway, look at the difference in that alone. Now, the next thing I'll try is we'll try the Never Dull. God, I hate this stuff, but it works. Let's try this. I feel like the fret eraser is the way to go first, because the fret eraser takes off the, sorry for the shaking of the camera, damn thing's on the same table. Try not to shake too much here. Yeah, see, I think that does a pretty good job. Still think the Gorgamite's the best. And honestly, with the Gorgamite, you can actually do the wood too. It's a, you know, it's not super abrasive, and it'll take some of the grime out of the fretboard, which is nice. My apologies about the shaky camera. That's a big difference right there. Already that's looking so much better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the whole process all the way across. I'm going to hit it with the fret eraser, then hit it with whatever Gorgamite I have left, or the new Diodario polishing, whatever this is, and then try to get the wood cleaned up, and then we'll jump back on here in a second. All right, see you in a second. Okay, slow going here. We're still working on these frets. I've been doing this probably for about 30 minutes or so, maybe longer, trying to get these off. What I've discovered is that the Gorgamite is, in fact, better than all of the other stuff, in my opinion, for frets. Now, I don't know if somebody bought them out, the company. I got to do some more research to see if I can find this stuff. This stuff is fantastic. Or if it's packaged under another name. If you know, put it in the comments below. Okay, so now, what we're going to do is do a couple different things. I could use the Dunlop stuff. This is just as good, in my opinion, to do the fretboard. Matter of fact, if I'm going to use a large quantity of it, this is probably the best way, really. And then take one of these rags here. One that's gonna. There we go. All right, so just going to take a little bit of this. I actually can even dab it all the way down, to be honest with you. And all I'm going to do is just going to get it on there. I'm lightly touching this now because I don't want to take it all off. I just want to get it spread around so that the fretboard can soak this in. And I'm going to wipe it off, and I'm going to do it again probably twice or three times because the residue from the chemicals of the Gorgamite and the Never Dull and everything is probably blocking some of the pores. So I just kind of want to get it on there. I'm almost like using this to wash it. That's the only downside with the Gorgamite or the Never Dull or any of that stuff. That once that oxidation comes off and everything gets, all that residue is on the fingerboard. So it's not something that you could just, you know, just leave and then restring the guitar. I mean, you could, but whoever's going to play is going to have black stuff all over their hands. So probably what I'll do is, you can already see it starting to soak in. But I think what I'm going to do before that is I'm going to use that now, all that liquid. That's why I said I wanted to use that instead of wasting the other stuff, is just take this and now try to clean off all that residue to get it off the board. So now I can apply it one more time so it soaks in. Nice application on there. go grab a coffee, come back, probably always already soak in, and usually what I'll do is, and again, not sponsored, once I'm done, then I'll apply Dr. Duck's Axe Wax onto the fretboard and then buff it. And it really leaves a nice coating on the fretboard. Feels really good. That sounds whacked. You know what I mean. Anyway. Okay, so I did find out from the owner that this had been airbrushed at an airbrush shop, and then obviously was cleared over the top of. That's why when I took these screws out, the clear started to lift because they had never removed the pickup rings or the pickups or anything when they sprayed the guitar. So they had sprayed the top onto the pickup rings, and when the pressure was released, because it's an older guitar, when the pressure was released off the pickup ring, it just was stuck to the pickup ring as like one coat, and it just started to lift up. So I was able to not have any more damage done to it by getting in with an X-Acto knife under the edge of the pickup ring and just go down it real quick just to release the rest of it. The other side, I'm going to put pictures up to show you where you can see where it's sprayed actually around the ring and not underneath the ring. It was a quick and easy way for the shop to do that. But you know, if you're gonna airbrush a guitar and you're gonna clear the guitar, you need to pull everything off of it. You can't spray around stuff because otherwise this kind of thing happens. But other than that, we're making good progress. I was able to get all the oxidation off the screws on the outer side of the ring, and then I replaced the two adjustment screws with new ones because these were so far rotted that there was nothing I would be able to do that. The heads were going to strip out or some sort of, or fail. So anyway, so we got new ones in there, and these came out okay. It's always good to try to keep as many original parts as you can on an older guitar, if possible, and if you can salvage them. So anyway, we're trucking right along. The neck is coming out really good. The frets look decent. They were starting to rust, but now it's pretty nice. And I used the Dr. Duck's Axe Wax on the board afterwards. Probably going to do another coat one more time, I think, just to do it. And then I'm going to clean up the guitar. Going to restring it. I'm going to check the truss rod too and see if that's with the with no strings on the guitar. I want to make sure that the truss rod is free of any kind of issues, to make sure that there's no issues with the truss rod at all. It's not stuck or anything. So we're going to do that too. We're going to take this guy off and just see if it's free and it moves freely. Check, see how straight it is. Put these screws in my little magnetic parts tray. Kind of a cool looking guitar though, I have to say. Pretty cool. I was pretty surprised when I opened up the case to see that. So, truss rod has got stuff all over it, so I'm assuming it's been like that for ages. So let's see what we got here. I'm gonna grab my straight edge too and see. I'm assuming this is 25.5 scale. See how straight this neck is. All right, it's got a little bit of relief in it, so just want to get the right wrench. I'm gonna guess and say it's this one. Yep, that's it. A lot of debris in the truss rod. Okay, so let's see here. I just want to actually see if we can tighten it a little bit. Okay, it is moving. I'm gonna back it off a little bit too. I want to free it up. This way it's not such a big change. Okay, yeah, we took some tension off of it. And then we're gonna tighten it back up. So the truss rod is working, which is a good thing. And we're going to make it so that it's fairly straight out of the gate, so when we put the pressure of the strings on there, it just puts it right into a little bit of relief, and just helps me dial it in a little bit better. Okay, so what we're going to do from here is we're going to get this guy strung up. We're going to get everything adjusted, get it set up, and get it cleaned up, and then get it back to the owner with some new strings and new stuff. And you know, here, let's see how it plays. But pretty cool. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, so I was able to trim away some of the clear coat that was coming loose. This way it doesn't keep traveling. And I went to plug it in, got the strings on, and the jack is bad. And this is what you hear. I tried deoxit. I tried deoxit and everything else, but when I put it in, you could just tell there's a connection issue. I tried getting the positive. So I'm just going to replace the jack with a new one. So I'm going to start working on that, and I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, so we're all finished up. In the end, I was able to put a Switchcraft jack in the guitar and take out the old one. That solved the problem. The guitar sounds great. It's playing really good. Intonation set up, the action set up, pickup heights adjusted, the fretboard's been cleaned up, truss rod done, and she's all polished. So I think the owner is going to be quite pleased, actually, with how this turned out. The guitar is old. I contacted the owner. It's from circa maybe 2005-ish, maybe a little bit older than that. So I think they're going to be pleased, and they actually might start playing it now for a change. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. It tells the mystical forces of YouTube or the algorithm or whatever the hell it is to push the channel out so other people get a chance to see it. It also lets you know of any new content I put out, and it doesn't cost anything. So if you wouldn't mind, hit the subscribe button, the thumbs up button, the bell icon thing, hit all that crap down at the bottom. I appreciate it. Once again, thanks for watching Vinny the Axe. Take it easy.